Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Storytone English, where stories help you speak English fluently and confidently. If you are new here, this is your daily English speaking practice series, where we learn English through real stories and daily life situations. In day 01, we met Rina, a girl who decided to face her fear and start speaking English every day. Today, in day 02, she takes the next step, practicing English in real life outside her comfort zone. So sit back, relax, and let's continue the journey of Rina, one sentence, one step, one day at a time. Morning routine, speaking to start the day. The next morning, Rina woke up feeling fresh and motivated. She stood in front of her mirror just like she did yesterday. "Good morning, Rina," she said with a smile. Then she continued, "Today is a new day. I will speak English with confidence." She looked at her reflection and added, "I'm not afraid of making mistakes. I'm learning and I'm improving." Those words gave her strength. After breakfast, she opened her notebook and wrote, "My goal today is to speak English with someone outside." It was a small goal, but for her it felt like a challenge. She had never spoken English in a shop, cafe, or classroom before. At the coffee shop, her first public practice. Around noon, Rina went to a small coffee shop near her university. She stood in line and quietly repeated what she would say. "I want 1 cup of coffee, please. Can I have a chocolate cake, please?" When her turn came, her heart beat fast, but she remembered her mirror practice and said clearly, "Hello, I want 1 cup of coffee, please." The waiter smiled and replied, "Sure, anything else?" Rina added, "Yes, a small chocolate cake too." The waiter nodded and said, "Okay, please take a seat. I'll bring it to you." Rina walked to her seat, her hands shaking slightly, but she smiled. She had done it. She had spoken English outside with a stranger, and it felt amazing. As she sipped her coffee, she wrote in her journal, "I spoke English at a coffee shop. I felt nervous, but I did it." That simple moment gave her confidence to keep going. At the university, practicing with friends. Later that day, at her university, Rina decided to practice with her classmate Nisha. "Hey Nisha, can we talk in English for a few minutes?" she asked. Nisha smiled and said, "Of course, let's do it." They started with small talk. "How was your morning?" Rina asked. "It was good," Nisha replied. "I studied for our exam. What about you?" "I went to a coffee shop and ordered in English," Rina said proudly. Nisha clapped her hands. "That's amazing! You're really improving." They continued talking for 10 minutes about classes, teachers, and weekend plans. Sometimes they made mistakes, but they didn't stop. They corrected each other kindly. By the end of the conversation, both of them were smiling. It didn't feel like a lesson anymore. It felt like friendship and progress. Evening reflection. Thinking in English. When Rina came home that evening, she felt happy but tired. She sat by the window and looked outside at the sunset. The sky was orange and golden. She began thinking in English again, describing what she saw. "The sky looks beautiful today. The air is cool. I can hear birds singing." She realized that English was no longer just a subject. It was becoming part of her life. Every word she spoke, every sentence she thought, was bringing her closer to fluency. She smiled softly and whispered, "One day, I will speak English naturally, just like my own language." That night, she wrote in her notebook, "Day 02. I practice speaking English in public. I'm learning to be brave." The lesson of the day. Rina's journey reminds us that fluency grows outside your comfort zone. If you want to speak English better, you must use it, even in small situations. Say hello to a shopkeeper, talk to a friend, ask for directions, or order food in English. It doesn't matter if you make mistakes. Mistakes are proof that you are trying, and every small attempt builds your confidence. So your challenge for today is simple. Try to speak English once outside your home, even one sentence. It could be at a cafe, in a store, or with a friend. Remember Rina's words. Don't wait for perfection. Speak to become perfect. Thank you for joining Storytone English today. This was day 02 of your daily English speaking practice series. If you enjoyed Rina's story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support our channel. We create real English stories that help you listen, speak, and think in English naturally. Tomorrow in day 03, Rina will face a new challenge, giving her first short English presentation in class. Don't miss it. Remember, speak a little every day. Stay positive and keep believing that you can do it. This is Storytone English, where we say, don't study English, live it. See you tomorrow.